Alright, so
Recording?
it's recording. It's a good start, I think.
Hello,
Hello.
we are real again. It's in different place.
Yeah.
Wait, so we can start this. We have to start this with the cookie of the fortune. It's super crushed right now.
Is it? I thought it's going to be at the end.
No, it has to be. Wow,
Yeah,
it's
that's
there.
the camera,
Yeah, it was there.
It's not that one.
So this
Why is it on actually? Anyways.
Wow, this is so crushed. Make a mess. Okay, dude. By the way, like, can you eat these cookies of the fortune? Are eatable?
They're cookies. They're damn cookies.
Oh yeah, you can eat it. They actually are kind of nice.
Yeah.
You want some?
No. I just brushed my teeth. I mean, I still drink sugar, but
So, this says, charitable activities will stave off loneliness. What? Charitable activities will stave. What is a stave? Off loneliness. What is a stave?
I don't know. Charitable.
Stave off.
Ehrenamtliche I don't know.
In Nederlands it says vrijwilligerswerk
So keep it not.
went in samenheid of. Wind. What is wind?
So that's we should
okay.
do volunteer.
Yeah. Like if you do like
Yeah.
vrijwilligerswerk, so like free work or charitable activities.
Then we are not lonely.
No, you're not lonely. Exactly.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay.
I don't know if this is charitable. I mean,
we
We're
give you guys a lot of content.
Yeah.
This is more than charity. Somebody
I
start
see it.
pay me. There's way too much content.
okay. Okay, let's start.
Yeah.
So what did we do today?
We went to see this.
Yeah. I mean, we took a workshop and then we went to the performance, dance walk.
And well,
What's the name of the artist again? I cannot.
I thought the choreographer was not there.
But he was there, no? No.
He was there. He was the
I
guy
thought
was
at
there.
the end. Yeah.
At the end, yeah, he appeared. Yeah.
Fufua. No. What?
Neopost Foodfa
Neopost Fufua is the company or what?
should be.
Yeah.
I
So
think it's sometimes the people don't put their name. You know, like Joe. When we do, sometimes he don't put his name, but he just put the name of the company.
I
Could be
see.
this kind of people.
Yeah. But we use our names. You know, we are not best practices all the time. But so what was the idea? Like, well, can we start? Maybe you are good at summarizing, so maybe I try and you can follow up, because if you summarize, then I don't have anything to add. So basically, the stage set was like, you know, the projection was in the back and also on the floor.
Ah, yeah.
They were just double.
There were
basically.
two projections. Yeah.
It's like mirrored. So
Yeah.
and the performers.
The performer.
The performer is
Yeah, it was just one person.
yeah, the performer is like mostly frontal facing us. So
Yeah.
it's not a huge theater, and basically the idea of the video was this artist who did dance walk, which is about, like, I don't know, tens of kilometers, like walking and dancing at
Yeah.
the same time, and like
Yeah.
documenting the whole process. And then
Yeah.
it was like a kind of, it's not really a documentary, but like kind of summarizing, you know, like what happened during the dance walks and like different editions. I don't know if it's like 5 or 6 years of process.
From 2015 and
15,
start.
yeah.
Yeah. 2015 start.
And then the video, like time lapse and some
Yeah.
videos, and also the performer was talking about, like,
Sometimes.
narrating, yeah,
Sometimes. Yeah.
and and kind of recreating, mimicking what was happening during the.
Yes. So representing
walk.
somehow,
Representing,
and then in somehow also talking, in an artistic way, I guess. What is the project about? So
Yeah.
say for instance, because I thought at some point this is kind of similar. You know, we have to explain what the project that we do is about, and then we have like the text that we have. that's very formal text. You know, it's a very formal text, very understandable text. And in the case of the performance, then it's kind of is being said as as a poetry kind of thing in an artistic way. So the way how she's saying what it happens is just a structure as with some dramaturgy or something there that it makes the thing a bit weird.
And I don't know which exactly cities they walked, but I mean, at first it's around France or in Europe. I don't know if they're based in France or Switzerland, somewhere around there, French speaking.
Yeah.
And I think the first videos were like more like the artist himself like kind of really dancing while walking. Like there's some steps or like sometimes a bit like contemporary dance kind of, like there's one edition that's like naked and walking around in a public space and stuff like that, which was kind of, I felt like that's really like a dance walk that what you would imagine.
So this is actually, yes, this is, I think, but it was not from the piece itself but from the project, in that sense that we can relate with from the practice. Like if somebody's gonna go, let's say, this Saturday to iDognet, and for some reason they don't like what we do or something, as in this case, like, and somehow the performance lacked things, in short, I guess. But something you cannot deny is like this thing, the dance walk, you understand what is the dance walk. It happens. It's basically somebody that walks a lot and he dances what he walks. So he has a goal to go from point A to B while he's dancing. He needs to be effective, so he needs to move. So he just find a way how to keep on moving, and he's doing that for many years. And that's something that you get as an audience. You receive like, okay, that's the dance walk.
Yeah, it's a lot of material.
A lot of material.
Footage.
Yeah. But then I don't know if you want to add something more of this.
About the description. I mean, that's kind of thing. But like first ones, like they were kind of experimenting with like very specific theme, like naked body or whispering. No, whistling. Like there was one with like kind of diving in river or something, or sea. And then it became like a little bit like less dancey in a way. I found like there's one that has they're like rolling a huge yarn, string, and then they're like unrolling it, and that was really like cool. The video that I think the longest footage.
The one that stays the longest. In Bruges, in these things that we did in the cup, in the melting pot in Ostende, there was this thing also, a huge thread from the train station all the way through the city until you arrive in the performance thing. So and it was pink also, so it made me think of that.
I see. But what I found was in that film, like footage, it was really like not dancey in a way. They were just like playing with like what's around, and just like jumping on each other, or like they don't have like steps, or like they don't kind of try to make something.
They're really
nice.
playful. They're really playful. Really playful, and that's part of the things. Like that's when the text help in saying that, not because then she mentioned that it's playful. Things I see a similarity from things that we do, in the sense that there is in a way not really. They're not really aiming to create like a amazing dance or something. Also because you're just walking for hours. So even if you try to be like, I don't know, the most technical dancer of whatever, if you're working for 5 hours, it's gone. After some time you need to walk from one city to the other city. So just basically you are in a survival mode, right? The shape or this beauty of the whatever is just gone. And you are just functional and just walking and dancing how you can, and they become very animal in this. They're super cool. Like some footage are like, the footage is amazing because you can see that the guy or the people who are involved in the project are really in a post-human state, kind of, in this like they're not this, they're
transformed.
They're completely transformed.
Yeah.
They're the self is this self-dissociation thing that we speak.
Yeah. And I would say about the piece, I think that was kind of the middle, and then the last part was became more like activism, I think. Like there was like this kind of started like do kind of marching or parade with many people, and that's where it became like they started tour like really like worldwide in Africa, Asia, and that part I started kind of question a little bit, what is this, because I mean we can talk about later, but it's just like a description of the piece, and then afterwards like they also came back to like France, and like they put like for example, like the artist himself had like a T-shirt says like "New Man," like human, and they start to say like talk about more like a human justice stuff like this during the dance walk, which became really like I found it straight activism kind of work, which is I'm not saying it's good or bad, but it's quite interesting consequence, let's say. And then there's also like this story in Iran, where it's prohibited to do that, to dance, which is kind of absurd, but it is. And basically, they try to hide the camera and filmed dance walk, which is not really obviously dancing, but doing like little movements. And then I think the story was that the curator or the director of this dance, like underground dance festival, was arrested.
Banned. He cannot do work anymore as an artist. Yeah. That I found super horrible stuff.
Yeah, I mean, that's also like kind of questionable, because I think they said it's like 2018 or something, and they kind of continued afterwards. So I don't know. I mean, obviously, like they don't have to stop dancing, but that's kind of things that started to find like political and like, tensions. So that's kind of a very opinionated summary of the piece, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, like for me, what I think, I put some notes and in relation to what we do, and then I thought, one of the things I think that it works somehow is because there's some small things that in a way I kind of like think on that, and we talk of this, like like the clothes. The guy's always using clothes that it has the guy's branding what he's doing, and it's just simple. All the time he was wearing or pants or a t-shirt with something that it says that's dance walk. And that's, for me, this is just on point, because it's very close to this idea that we try to do with the hashtag of best practices in contemporary dance, or at least in my head with this idea of the stickers and just pushing basically the idea behind branding. What is branding and design basically in marketing?
Sorry, I think my computer is super slow, and I don't know if the recording is good. But I don't know, should I stop it and change the resolution settings?
Yeah, change it. No.
Okay.
Put it 720. Cool.
Okay, so we're back.
We're back.
I will somehow stitch the video, so there shouldn't be any issue, but let's see.
Okay.
So we're talking about the branding kind of thing.
Yeah, so I think that's very important, because for me that's part of like I have this practice, the designing art. This is a kind of a life project that I have, is this idea of mixing design and art. And in what I think in the project, what it's really catching the attention for me, I think it works as a subliminal, is the guys always using this thing of the dance walk. Like, this is a sticker that is there, or where it's with a QR code. It's just very simple, but it really works. And today we were talking like why we didn't put these kind of things. And also, so you have that. So that's one thing. So the logo always in the clothes for 5 years, like the recordings always, or the pants.
Maybe not very first, but they kind of try to like.
No, but the guy always, because I checked that.
Oh, yeah.
I was following that, or in the pants, or in the t-shirt. The guy who appeared at the end, because not everyone was all the time, but he was always with that. Because I was checking that. And other thing that I thought was cool was the way how at some point, the way how they start tagging the recordings, because they're imagine how they should have a humongous amount of recordings, right? Like so many. So this is related to what we were saying yesterday, some time ago. We were speaking that in a way we don't, in a way, have a structure in the way how we structure things. We don't really structure things, and that's the way how we do. But already, also yesterday, we were thinking that we want to. We know that we have to develop, or we want to go towards. We want to create an installation, and we make these notes. So we want to create from the best practices that we have, make an installation. So kind of like a standalone installation, like a classic installation that they don't need us. A video from the content, kind of branding with paper, stickers, posters, this kind of thing. Also, we also start speaking about almost like kind of fashion if you want to print, because
Dance Walk was doing that in a way as a branding.
Yeah. But then so this is one thing. But then the other thing that then in regards to the structure that I'm trying to set is about this, So normally in the video to the left, it says that Dance Walk, I don't know, Nairobi or something. But when sometimes he did it in the water or talks, because sometimes the guy did it while he was in the water or when he was talking. Also, he did one. And the way how he just structure is before he put water, that Dance Walk, or talk, Dance Walk. And just that way of structuring is just so simple.
Yeah, that's like I said it like addition, but like different runs of the Dance Walk, because like the first impression I had from description or what Jorge was talking me about the description, which before we watched the performance, is like I thought, okay, this guy is like going from one place to another and one place to another, which is actually the case. But at some point he was like experimenting with like different theme, which was like in water or naked, whistle, kind of running, talking, So that was nice way of. I don't know. Well, that's something we can do. Like
I think it's. I mean, a big. What I found. So this is one thing. Like I'm talking about the structure. No,
sure.
It's just the structure. This thing in terms of how you because what I'm trying to link this thing with the practice is because it's about a massive archive. Basically, the guy has a massive archive. We have a massive archive that we want to reutilize in different ways. So then I found that was very effective, for instance, how he marked this thing, which is what I just mentioned.
True.
So that was one thing. Store data collection.
But maybe you can talk about it a little bit on that, like, transforming or like, hacking the medium. Because basically the problem with the Dance Walk itself is that you cannot frame it as, like performance for... improve stance, for example. I mean, maybe some kind of intervention. Now we can talk about that, but it's not something that you can sell it as a 1 hour performance.
I'm very curious actually to know what the dancers how to say this, like the thing is, so because so there are two things. One thing is for what I think is the performance, like as a totality, what I see, what I feel. I fall asleep, by the way, like a few times, and that doesn't mean anything. It means that I was tired, and also that it was sometimes bored by the thing. But nevertheless, I can say that what I saw was brilliant. I mean, I won't say that it's good or bad, because then I will say it's just very interesting. It's something that I think is very interesting for what we're doing. This is me as Jorge just thinking actually what we do in our personal research. But then also I can say that's like more objectively thinking, and also taking the voice of class. That's he's more at the classical dancer, somebody more like he's used to see more dance, I guess, more classical dance. Contemporary. Conventional. Conventional is what I mean, like classical contemporary dance. Conventional dance. So a lot of motion. He was in a way like saying that there was, not what he was saying, but what I will think objectively as a dancer, let's say, or put in my position in somebody like coming to the impulse dance, paying 35 euros to see, expecting to see, I don't know, people doing something, yeah, special or dancing, spectacular, something that I will think, oh my God, this is dance. Is not. Is not. It is somebody, as you said. Basically, what it happens is just there is projection about all this content that is so interesting and so rich in many ways, but then it's one performer who is just speaking in an artistic way about the project. Basically, what she's doing, basically in a way, because I thought is maybe that's what we have to do in the symposium. Is like, what she's doing is she's speaking in an artistic way about the content that the people is seeing. That's it. Period. She's just describing in an artistic way with some motions what is happening. And a part of that, then you have, because I put it also in my notes, you have this clear, because I checked that there is kind of a BJing with the video. So it's not a linear video. There is somebody controlling the video. So then the dancer, because I checked that, then the dancer at some point do some things. It's like I saw, at least I catch like 3 times where the dancer is the one who's doing the cue to the guy who's controlling some layers of videos.
That I didn't know.
Yeah, I checked that. So because it's kind of like BJing, or it's controlling the. So it's in real time. The video is responding to the dancer, and what is clear in the proposal is that sometimes they give a focus to the dancer by blurring the image.
Yeah.
You know, something that you understand. Now you want me to watch the dancer, and then the dancer will do sometimes, very few times, some things they are more like, please look at me, or it will take a position in the stage.
Okay,
good.
So that's the
third time.
Yeah, take 3.
Take 3.
So yes, they were talking about the blurring the image. That was so it was literally blurring the image, like you know, the blurry image. I found it was kind of effective for the first one, but second one I was like, oh, again.
No.
But anyways.
But I think because I think there are different things, details about the piece than what I think is important or relevant in this aspect is that, because Klaas mentioned that, and I agree in what he says, is that in the way he proposed, he says something like, I think he said literally, because the projection was just in a classical canvas in the background, just classical projection.
Yeah.
And then he said maybe if they put something that instead of being white, just translucent, and then the dancer could be in and the back, or so on.
Yeah.
So I don't know about that. What I mean that I agree with him is that the proposal is very boring. So you, as an audience, you understand what is that you're proposing very fast. So in the class was just basically saying, I think that will be more interesting. I don't know if I will agree with him, but I agree that the proposal.
Well, it's more like he was expecting like kind of
something more multimedia kind of stuff. So, but what I'm trying to say here is that in the sense of, like, I agree with him in the sense, like, as a critique of the piece, as let's say just as a critique of the pieces, could have, like, I guess the structure could have been. I don't wanna go there actually because this is not really interesting for what we're saying. But let me try to finish this. Are you recording? Is that recording?
I'm checking if the sound is actually recorded.
Okay.
Should I just try?
Stop. Stop.
Okay, so
this is the 5th time now we're doing it. Fourth time. And next time I'm gonna have to do something.
You're gonna jump off the.
Yeah, man. Wait. So let's do this like.
So okay. You talk it. You talk now.
You
know what? You know what?
Yes.
Like, what I found in don't clap too much. What's really hard in real life is it's hard to find rhythm, to be honest. Like like Zoom is so
find. But what do you mean, like rhythm with what?
Of the conversation, because I'm not good at cutting the someone's talking in real life, especially.
Oh.
And I can let you go on for like forever.
Because then I just speak and speak and speak.
Yeah. Zoom, because also like now we're looking at each other kind of, so it's so hard. Yeah. So let's slow down a bit.
Mm-hmm. Let me try to close what I'm saying, and then
no, you don't have to. So what I but this
okay.
thing with I really get what Klaus was saying, and that was kind of the question I had. That does it have to be good? Because you were talking about the the
Yeah.
movement and video mixing and stuff, but also like the video was really not good, right?
No, of course not.
Like the text and this, it's just like
The quality was horrible.
it's like home videos.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
And also like dance was like not something that's
No.
like stand out. But it's just the piece is a piece because of the whole research and how everything is connected. But every piece is not really something that's at that level. I'm not in a position to criticize that, but you see that this kind of amateur thing in
because they are
different parts of it.
Yeah. But I think what I have to say with this is that because I understand. I don't know if actually people will get what you're saying, but I completely understand from where it comes. What you're saying. What I have to say in that regard, in short, is that yes, so I can agree with you partially, but what I cannot pass from my view, like what I would like, what I cannot pass, is that the the demand of the attention, like as an audience, it demands way too much attention because it's in a black box. It's basically showing that what class it is a documentary. So it's basically you have to see this very interesting footage that is very long. It's interesting, but it's a guy who is dancing, walking. That's it. There is no more happening than that. So in that case, I think the problem. See, what I'm saying is like what I cannot pass is that the black box thing. It was just too hard for me. I fall asleep. It's just too hard. So I understand what you said because I can take the piece as kind of interesting for what we do. So that's why I agree with what you said. I said it's a good piece. It is a good piece, but I cannot pass for what I'm doing and for my aesthetics. An understanding in our research is like an audience needs to rest from that. If it's just that, you need to give back agency to the audience, but in the black box is different. That's why normally you need to put or what the class proposed, or you need to do something that I don't know if it's good or bad, but I would say maybe I don't. Yeah, this is not the point here. Trying to say what I will do or not, but what I cannot pass from there. What I see there is a problem is like the black box in the piece is a problem because demands the attention. You're sitting watching that.
Yeah, true. I mean, besides all these things I said, it was a bit long for what it is.
Could be also.
Yeah, it was a bit long. Like first part, it was quite like engaging in a way. Like also like you see the development of how he's like, as I said, like it was really interesting. He's like really dancing at first, and then like it transforms to like more
super cool.
Let's say animal or like something transformed.
It's playful. You have the playful there.
Yeah. And then this activism part, which I don't know, but but you follow it. But it at a certain point it becomes a bit repetitive in a way.
True.
And it's kind of, as you said, I don't know if I would really like this, just watch it.
But that's the point where I connect this with the best practices, because if you think what we do, if we do a live streaming of 6 hours, and if we do the practice itself for 2 hours, we repeat a lot of the things that we do. I mean, the change is just, but we are not, or I'm not expecting somebody watching for 2 hours. So
that's the problem. That, for example, like in the symposium, we have, I don't know, an hour and a half or something.
Yeah.
How do we deal with this really? Should we like bring some snacks or like what?
No, I think we have to deal with that there. Like that will be because we will be in a vulnerable state there, because we cannot be protected by.
Basically, like it will work if we, like bombard people with information.
Like the magazine, like things that can just pass around, different things that they're not.
Yeah, but like magazines, just maybe you can spend few minutes. Or you can read, but it's just one book. So I don't know. Like we have to think about.
Oh, but actually, it could be a good idea. You know, like kind of like create things around the practice. You know, like there are some things
We
in
can
the
print
text
stuff.
we can print, so we can have elements, kind of like an installation of the. You put the magazine, you put the stickers. Like that's not a bad idea at all, because it relaxes the people from that. Because
Yeah.
yes, absolutely.
And we
that's
can
an
tell them,
idea.
you know, if you can just go outside.
Go out, yeah. We
Get
so
out,
like
yeah.
we're gonna go this. So basically, yeah, we say like we're gonna do this for 1 hour. After 1 hour, we're gonna talk about what is it, but just feel free to go in and out, because this is a practice and might be super good or might be super bad in 3 minutes or in 10 minutes. Or,
Maybe I can keep changing OBS and you know, like
yeah, and then no, but that's a super good idea. Then we have to take the t-shirts. I think that we have to do the t-shirt now. I'm more convinced of this. Like just any kind of like goodies, you know, like the people.
Something easy.
Something that people just
don't do this too much because of the sound.
Ah, okay.
I'm getting so nervous. Sorry. You know, I was also thinking about it yesterday at the park because you were like playing with the nail and polish at some point. I was like, no, don't do this for the sound. But anyways.
Yeah.
But
I think
we can try, you know, different medium. Maybe we can bring some snacks if you want. It would be cool actually. We can make a fortune cookie. It's too late, but you know, like some artists did make like fortune cookies with you know, like you print out the message and you can make your own fortune cookie.
It was so cool to have like this cookie of fortune, but all of them they say the same best practice in contemporary dance.
Or something from the document, maybe.
Like hashtags. Like hashtags.
Hashtags. Yeah. That'd be nice.
Could be cool. You know what could be cool? Like that we could we can have different prints. You know, like the magazines, for instance, very nice. The layout of the text that we go together with Joanna. There are two texts there. The layout is in 2 pages in the color,
full, yeah.
And if the color is very nice, the font is very nice. Like we can select. That actually is a good idea. That will relax the people in that way.
Relax ourselves.
But
because you know, if something is not happening on the computer, they can still see something. I can bring some coffee.
That would be so cool. I think that was the easiest way, and in a way that's actually if Martin is here, by the way, I will send him a message also. Martin Spamber is in. What I mean is Martin Spamber is in the Impulse Dance. We read some of his text, and I will send him a message to invite him to the symposium. I don't know if he will appear or not. But what I'm saying is that we kind of hack part of this thing that just they put in the snacks, the drinks and stuff. Yes, I think it's a good idea. And then just we said anyway in the email, we said like, bring your laptop. It's not the end of the war if you don't bring your laptop.
Bring your drinks. I don't know.
No, we provide something.
I don't know how many. So.
Yeah, we know that's what.
Like some bottles of something and some cups.
We just have to provide something.
Something.
Because that's what I was thinking. The food, and maybe the food actually. I don't know how much was the idea of the food, because if there are 300 people, we have to pay for 300 people food. Even the snacks will be costly.
Yeah, best practices in catering.
But then I really think there's a good idea to. So rather than buying food, actually I'm more in that, because that's more close to what we're doing now. It's like rather than buy food, I will pay with my own money for 4 t-shirts, you know, like something like that, and different colors. Just because it's just somehow, if somebody asks me, what are you doing that? I don't know. You know, like, I don't know, but I feel it's right. And actually when I see this performance, I just absolutely feel this, it feels it's right to do it. There's a reason in that. I don't know what is it, but I just feel it's right. It feels in my gut. It feels right. The stickers that you were Naoto was the one who started working with the nice stickers that we start putting around the Impulse Dance.
It's gonna be everywhere.
So and that's cool, because in a way this is I think is related. You remember to Joanna. At some point Joanna Chicao was you're there. Hello. By the way, I saw that one of the hashtags when you type in Google hashtag best practice in contemporary dance, one of the is Joanna in Twitter. I didn't knew that she said like we are live or something, and I thought that was super sweet. Thank you, you're a sweetheart. That she did it when we invited her. That she put it like we are live, like always practice live or something. That was super nice of her. So, but what I was trying to say of Joanna is that Joanna was the person who started talking, or I remember in my head, in this conversation, about tracing, or like polluting the web, polluting, tracing, like leaving traces in the web. After having that conversation with I think what could be one of the first conversations with her, I started thinking really we should really start like polluting the web. But this idea of polluting, so basically it's about visibility of the web. Now this is how I see it. This is part of the same idea as polluting the world with how we can, with an installation, with fashion, with videos, with performances, because at the core I feel is something good, interesting for other people to see. I think maybe not good, I would say interesting for other people to see.
Yeah, I don't know, because well, I think that's kind of the good way of like polluting the web is like good way of becoming famous on the web, because otherwise you will be like you have to be an influencer or something. That's just feeding more content to Instagram or Facebook or whatever. But if you were like really like trying to pollute something, I think the good example is like when I think it's on Twitter, like when there's like kind of like racism hashtag appears, some fans of Korean band, they start like tweet with those hashtags with their like images or like a GIF of the Korean band to literally pollute the hashtag.
Yeah.
I think I really like that idea. I mean, we're not doing that same thing, but I see some kind of similarity. It's also playful. Maybe it's the playfulness. That's what I want to say.
Okay, I see.
Anyways.
Yeah, I think I'm just dramatic. I said that is because you said it's playful. Please keep it playful. I like drama. But maybe we can close soon this chat, I think.
Yeah, I don't know if anything else. I mean, we can go on, but I think we will anyways record tomorrow again. And
also because I don't know if Chris is.
Yeah. Anyways, so
we're going to socialize.
Yeah.
To the lunch.
And I have to put the videos together somehow. I hope that everything.
And also then because I have to answer also some email to the Edri also, but
why are we talking to the camera anyway? So we're closing.
But wait, no, I want to say so. I just wanted to say that this is weird, man. Like, I mean, I don't feel weird that we are talking, like because we do this without recording anyway. But because we were just testing the sound of the video, I found it was just so weird, like just seeing ourselves together in the video, not divided. It's just weird.
I mean, we can try that too. We can have like two computers together.
No. We did that in Note, but I think now we can.
No, like the same room, but we just like only record one sound. Like one person's muted, one person's not.
No, because I think it's part of what I thought is interesting, because this is odd for us. We are not used to. We are putting ourselves in a new situation here, like being in the same place.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is not safe. What we're doing. This is still super weird.
It's safe for.
This is weird. Like being. I know you. I mean, now I can talk to you. I have no problem.
Yeah.
But then seeing the video, this is weird. Man.
Like as a framed.
They've like a frame image as you and me, like when clicking. When
so
we saw it again.
maybe in our documentary performance. Oh, the other. I think that one thing I really want to say about the performance is it's really important that not the creator of the dance walk was on the stage. Like he was not doing that, but the other dancer was doing it. I think that's really
bummer, no?
something.
But did you find it interesting or like?
I don't necessarily think it. I mean, I don't think it's good or bad. I would say it's interesting.
What I will say is that the intention of putting somebody in the stage was a good idea, but the way how it was executed in the choreography, it didn't work somehow.
No, that was really
It was just not good. Yeah, because in a way, if we talk back to like, that's the way how you bypass the politics, you know, then you don't deal with him.
Exactly, yeah.
Because that, I mean, that could be also something that can potential this piece to become something or just a really bad thing, you know?
Yeah, I mean, also, like, for me, what would be problematic is, this white guy doing this. Again, white guy,
And
white
then
male, and then, like,
the last part was really horrible with them. And then why they tell that I don't understand why they tell the story that, by the way, when we were in Iran, the guy who helped us, it was in jail. He lost his job and now he cannot work anymore.
Yeah.
But now we keep on walk dancing.
Yeah, it's a little bit weird. Also, like, this
Why
kind
they
of,
do that?
like, kind of parade, kind of thing with people. It becomes like, it's something different. It's not like, maybe it's a matter of authorship, but in a way, like, he's, of course, like, he's motivating people in a way, but it's not like his work anymore, and it doesn't have to be his work, but like, it feels like, he's like a guru of this whole thing. It becomes like a kind of cult in a way, which
But you think so? That I cannot say because.
In a way.
But that I cannot say because we, in the images that we see, we never see somebody talking. You know, they were always just like parade or dancing. So this about what you said of the cult, that I cannot
Well,
say.
I don't really think in that way, but I feel like, because it's effort of, like, people. It's not his creation anymore. I mean, it doesn't have to be his creation, but are the people, like, acknowledged, like, enough or not? This kind of starts to get a bit tricky for me.
Yeah, okay.
And I'm not saying like this was badly executed, but start to feel weird. And then if you say that, okay, they are actually feeding the content to him, then it becomes like a cult. But not sure. I mean, not a cult, but the power balance is really weird, I would say. Yeah, that's something, so, like, the first half of the piece was really, like, interesting.
Yeah, very interesting.
It really kind of started to turn around, but also, like, I feel they needed some kind of change. Like, for example, they, like, worked on a specific theme, like, the color. They started with
the aesthetics of the thing was just not good. Yeah, I mean,
but that was like, okay. So I'm not judging that they did, but I can understand that they had to work on, like, different themes, because otherwise it will just get stuck in, like, something.
I don't understand this that you're saying.
If they start to, like, do the same thing over and over and over, then
okay.
It's
you mean like if they keep on just doing the first nice part, it cannot.
I mean, as a practice, if they just walk with this theme, that theme, then maybe even if they change the whistle to talk to whatever.
But maybe, I mean, actually, if you think, I mean, I cannot think for the guy because I don't know him, but if you think, for instance, like, maybe if he could have done on the impulse dance, I think this is the premiere, by the way. This is because I saw this is the world premiere of this show. So
and it was, I think, supposed to do it last year, because
yes,
the title was saying 2020 that crossed in 2021. So yeah.
But what I was trying to say with that is that it means that I guess the impulse dance, somehow somebody, the creator, they decide what he's doing with the videos. I guess it's interesting, and I guess the guy so he was commissioned or maybe he was working on a piece, but they didn't show the piece because there was no piece. But so the world premiere will be in the impulse dance, right? What I'm saying with that is that maybe he got I think I will have just take the risk of not trying to make. I think he was trying to make looking good the piece. I think he was trying to do a good work at the end. You see what I mean?
I see.
And I think that's why it fell, because maybe if he could just like keep on doing somehow the practice that he has on the stage, somehow taking the risk of not doing the dance, because he just present what he present was a dance in a theater, right? So something that is can be presented in a black box. So maybe if he could just have take the risk of, I'm just gonna do my practice somehow in this black box, maybe it will have been a disaster, but it could have been very very something actually.
But that's something we're trying to do in the symposium.
Yeah.
In a way.
Yeah.
It's a kind of frame, but we try to do the same thing, which.
It's a I mean, because also, I mean, the thing is that this and that's part of the things that we want to know. We have to put it in the document. Is like, would be nice to create a performance for a black box. We have this idea with the chat. That's a performance.
Yeah,
that's a performance.
I think we should keep sandbox outside the stage. I don't know. For now, at least. So we talked about the idea of like transforming the chat into
a performance
in a way.
Yeah.
But what I wanted to say is, don't make the practice as a performance, because the practice itself as a performance, then that's something. It becomes something will be really wrong.
No, but I think like then okay. But I think maybe just the time will say like I think a good step in that direction is do the chat. That will be a choreography. That will be a choreography that can be presented in a black box.
Sure.
Yes.
I mean, I'm not arguing with this, but yeah.
Yeah.
But we have to find kind of to make it, playful in a way, and so this dance book was really nice. I mean, as a whole, I think it's nice reference.
For us, I think it was on point. I think it was on point on things. It was very interesting for us. So a part of all the criticism is a constructive. You guys, it was a very very interesting work that you're doing.
How many stars?
I think I will.
Let's not do it. You can do it. I'm not gonna do it.
I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah.
Okay, but we can close here. Thank you guys. Naoto will put together these 5 videos.
4, yeah. And then
he bring his Surfer's computer.
Otherwise, I'll just jump out from the window.
We have to see tomorrow how we're gonna stream from your computer, because the idea.
That's fine, but we did it with this before.
No, the live streams.
We'll figure it out.
We'll see tomorrow.
Let's
see. Okay.
Thank you. Whatever.
Subscribe.
Whatever.
To something and whatever.
And come to iDoc on.
Like the nails, by the way, and then also the merchandise coming soon. Somewhere. Ciao, bello.